my song, bring my posse along to the party, cause danger zone from the heart is in effect. So I say, buddy, study, think and learn, dig the move we made. Stunning those who just can't behave. Discipline, here's a hint, a clue from the crew and too tough. All up in you with the formula coming from me, cause no one told ya of a logo of serious saying this ain't no joke, Jimmy. I ain't playing, I'm hardcore, straight up raw. I'm the overlord, I door clocking. But no, as if you didn't know, fronting on the scene when it's time to go. Asking for a number from any member of the tough crew band. Remember, jacking on my tip, over tipping my shoulder. I'll be a soldier, a clean roller, smashing those who stand in my path, counting them down like math. Planning, mapping, rapping them down for my part of town. Girl.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to SPO City. My name is Robbie Illuminati, and we are just 5 days away from the huge show at Harrah's Casino. So I'm going to bring in one of my partners in crime here, my brother, Johnny Kashmere. What's up, bro? Where you at?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Brother, you're good, bro.
I got to look out. Your mouth's a little too close to the mic now. You're a little too loud, my bro, even though your voice is wonderful and booming.
There you go.
Oh,
all right.
You're getting me excited now.
Uh-oh. The old man is here, too. What's up, Mitch? Thank you for everything, Mitch. God bless your heart.
You look good, Robert.
I'm trying.
I don't know how I look good. Let me tell you something. I am traumatized after last week with Black Dahlia.
I thought that was unbelievable, our conversation with Black Dahlia. She had a lot to say. She has a lot to offer. We got another great guest tonight, the lovely Angel Metro.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I would not expect Angel Metro to head down the same path that Black Dahlia did last week, but she's got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that.
People should check that out. If you guys want to see me and my hair turn white on the air at the thing she said to me, I have never blushed so much in my life. Then check it out on YouTube. Just search Spocast, and you can watch last week with Black Dahlia. Plus, Drew Gulak. You had a great interview with Drew Gulak, bro. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Drew Gulak gearing up for his big match this Sunday against Simon Gotch. It was really great to have Drew on also to discuss his 20th year in professional wrestling. I saw Drew from the time he was a fan in the crowd, and now he's a guy that has fans in the crowd and has students and runs the Catch Point Wrestling Academy right in Philadelphia, right in the heart of Philadelphia. So I'm really proud of Drew, and I'm really proud to have him involved with our event this Sunday. And I know Mayor Roots is really excited. We saw Mayor Roots this past week, had a great meeting with him, great interaction with him, reaching out to the community and the people of Chester, PA. And Mayor Roots personally posted on his Instagram and on the City of Chester's Instagram about our event this Sunday. So thank you so much, Mayor Roots. And also put in the post Gotch and Gulak. He talked about what a big match this was. So we're really excited to be the people that are going to bring in that match for the first time ever. Simon Gotch versus Drew Gulak this weekend. The handcuffs are off. I'm not saying that means anything goes, but that means these guys are allowed to be as good, as great as they truly are. There's no constraints. There's no 4-minute segments. This is Simon Gotch, fresh back from Pro Wrestling Noah, fresh back from Japan, taking on Drew Gulak, fresh from taking on Masha Slamovich, taking on Nick Gage, out there taking on the world. So we're really, really hyped to bring you that match this Sunday at Harrah's, 4 o'clock. If you get there at 3, you're going to get to meet a bunch of our guys. One thing that's real important, especially if you have kids, is we realize, especially if you went to WrestleMania, people are tapped out right now. So we try to really give you bang for your buck, let you reach out and meet our all our stars of SPO, all the superpowers of wrestling that we bring to Harrah's. And that includes people that you know from WWE, from Impact Wrestling, from AEW, from the world of music, from the world of hip-hop, from the world of battle rap. We try to bring you a little something of everything. Even when it comes to the content that we're going to be bringing to Radiant along with our pay-per-views. Hopefully one day we'll bring these podcasts, and we're going to try to have something for everybody with the podcast as well. So we are really, really hype. And we got somebody tonight that's one of the kings of hype. Skillz are great. Where's Skillz at?
Skillz is here. Let's get him
Where's
in here.
Skillz at?
What it do, gentlemen?
Yes.
Boo, boo, boo.
What's up,
In the
Skillz?
building. What it do?
Last week was Skillz' birthday.
Or
We have
still
another birthday
celebrating,
today
yo.
too, Robbie. I hear that we have we're going to do a little curveball here soon. Are you up for this?
Sure. We have
a
another
special
birthday?
guest.
An important
Yeah.
birthday.
We have a special guest, and I'm going to bring him in
Mitch,
here
what
right
up,
now,
Mitch?
you guys.
Go
Here
go
he
back
is.
to that real quick. What Mitch said. If you
Stoner
can,
bro.
John,
What it do? Salute.
Happy birthday to
Hey,
you.
hey.
Happy
What is going on?
birthday to you.
Stoner Bro Flex, aka the biggest broski, and I am in the building right now. Robbie Illuminati, Johnny Kashmere, what's going on, guys?
What's
What's up, Stoner bro? Happy birthday, buddy.
Yo, I appreciate you guys so much. What's going on?
We're just here chilling. We're getting ready for Sunday, this big event. We got the 25th anniversary of my brother, Johnny Kashmere, his tag team, the Backseat Boys. 25 years that Johnny's given his blood, sweat, and tears to this great sport. So we're going to celebrate. And right now we're celebrating your birthday, Stoner, bro. How's things going for you? Happy belated 420 as well.
Yes.
Happy belated Easter.
I appreciate all that. I hope you guys all enjoy the holidays. Today is my birthday, and I am definitely celebrating like I'm supposed to. I've been smoking all day, all night, and that's going to go on for the rest of the week. So we're here, baby.
Beautiful. Now, you'll be joining us this Sunday. That's correct? At
That is
Harrah's?
correct. I'm going to be in the building. I couldn't miss this. You know, Johnny Kashmere has given me the opportunity of a lifetime to step into the ring at some point here and live out my dream as a professional wrestler. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come to Philadelphia, and I'm going to climb into the squared circle.
Beautiful. Now, Johnny, you and Stoner Bro have history. Is this correct?
Yeah, I actually am friends with his old man. His old man Joe and me. His old man was a coworker of mine back when we both worked at the college that I used to attend. And his dad actually helped me construct the lighting rig for my custom wrestling action figure arena that I've shown off so many times on this show. His dad actually helped me engineer the custom lighting rig that hung from the ceiling. So he's an old family friend now.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
funny how the universe works, you know. Certain people are placed into your life for a reason. And I didn't know that Johnny had known my dad until after we met. And I had mentioned his name to my dad, and my dad said, yo, man, that's one of my best friends. So,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
fire.
again, the universe is working. We're connected. And pretty soon, man, we're going to get it on live with some live entertainment in action.
Hell yeah, man. Is there anything else you wanted to go into while you have an open microphone here, brother? I don't want to... Anything you need to say or want to talk about? I know you put out a post this week if you want to talk about this.
Oh, yeah, the Ric Flair post, all right? So as everybody knows, I was a part of celebrity boxing. You know, Damon had hit me up after seeing some videos of me in the gym and working out. You guys know I lost 200 pounds. I am an absolute beast. All right. I refer to Damon as the Botox boss now. All right. That is his new nickname, the Botox boss. And I came to fight on his card back in December when he was trying to come back when he had nobody. The guy had nobody. He was literally trying to come back from not too much that he had left before. You know, he was trying to rebuild his dream, and he brought on the biggest broski. I came out there and I did what I had to do. You know what I mean? I had a whole sold out section. I had one of the biggest cheering sections. I brought some of the most people there, sold the most tickets, put the most asses in the seats. And the way that this guy repays me, man, he finally gets his celebrity, this old waste of a bag of skin, Ric Flair, bag of bones.
Whoa, you're talking.
Jeez. Please.
He's an old bag of bones, guy. All right.
You can't say that.
The guy hasn't been great since 1989, probably. All right, when he used to wrestle around Charlotte somewhere.
Hold on. We need
Charlotte.
to, and I need to step in here for a second. All right.
I'm doing Homer into the bushes.
Yeah. stop the scrolls on the bottom for now. We're gonna just chill for a minute here. All right, Stoner, I gotta talk to you. So, why doesn't he want you wrestling for SPO? Because we're running the same building as them?
Oh,
Is that what it is?
okay, so this is what it is, guys. As you guys know, I have this dynamic personality. Everybody loves the biggest broski, man. So of course, when people hear people talking trash about me behind the scenes, you know, they come up, they approach me, yo, Flex. I heard a little something behind the scenes. These guys are a little mad you're doing SPO wrestling. And they might not put you on the next card if you continue to do so. So, like the man that I am, right? I am a man. You know, I don't do the behind the stage talking, behind the back talking, man. I approached the Botox boss. I also approached his partner, Musti Mark. All right. And I asked him straight up, face to face, mano y mano, yo, guys, what's up with me being on SPO wrestling? Like, what is your issue? And these two crybabies were saying, Flex, we need our fighters to look legit. We don't need professional wrestlers. And then I started thinking, like, what? Well, hold on, Damon, because these last couple cards I've been a part of, man, you have nothing but professional wrestlers fighting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So are you already saying now that you haven't been legitimate all this time? Now you're legitimate because you got Ric Flair. Now you're legitimate because the champ Mono. Shout out to Mono, man. I got much respect for that guy, but you know that guy literally sells all the seats by himself. You know, if it wasn't for guys like him, guys like the biggest broski, you know, the Botox boss would have had an empty arena, man, with nobody. So,
I
No,
sells all the tickets himself.
yeah, sells all the tickets himself, guys.
Buys them.
If you noticed online, I posted the stats from the last fight that I was a part of back in December. I'm not even from the Philadelphia area. I'm a Florida boy, man. I'm up here representing for all the stoners from the Sunshine State, you know, and I sold the second most tickets there, guys. It's not even my town. You know, this guy promised me, made promises. Flex, you're on the next card. I got an opponent. And I'm telling you, the second that he walked into the SPO to give you that cheap Hall of Fame ring, hopefully you take it and you throw that thing in the garbage where it belongs. All right, that cheap jeweler. You know,
I'm
he
having
came to
another
your
heart
event, he
attack.
was walking around, and I could see
Yeah.
his little wheels moving. And he was looking, and he said, wow, professional wrestling, Johnny Kashmere. Man, he's outdoing me right now. He's making me look like the bum I am.
No.
And he's got a lot of my talent here now. And I think he's a
but
little
the
jealous.
thing is, so wait, can I just cut in? Because like our whole thing is, we're like I'm just gonna be straight up. I mean, we're running basically a nonprofit at this point, where our model with the kids and the mayor roots and everything like that. So that's the thing. What we're doing is the exact opposite of other wrestling companies. It's the exact opposite of anybody else, because everybody else is trying to get on. We're already on. I already have a great, before my injury, a great independent wrestling career. Johnny's done everything. We've done everything. You know, anything we've ever accomplished, at least, thank God. And sorry. So yeah, that's the one thing is, yeah, we got a full house of people, but 90% of them aren't old enough to buy a single alcoholic beverage, which is a majority of how events like this make their money. And right, Mitch, every ticket sale gives 2 tickets to a child from Chester to attend for free. Like, that's our whole thing, is we're trying to do something nice, despite all the shit that the business has put the three of us, and I'll say Skillz the greatest part of that too, for what he does with Win up in New York and for the help he's given us, and Danger Ginger and everybody, backseats, everybody that's part of this crew. The reason we keep doing it, the reason that guys like Ellsworth and Ruckus drive up from Baltimore and Tay-Rock is for those kids. There's wrestling shows everywhere. There are wrestling shows everywhere. You guys could go spend your money wherever you want. There's probably multiple places to spend it on Sunday. However, when you spend it with us, not only do you get the most bang for your buck ever, but you make it so kids from Chester can go for free. So all you wrestling fans out there that always want to fucking clout chase out there, like how woke and how good-hearted you are and how moral you are. Well, there you go. Put your money where your mouth is. And for anybody out there that has an issue with us, we are literally trying to run shows for kids and raise money for nonprofits. So if that's who anybody out there that wants to go against the people running for nonprofits for kids, please go ahead. You got to be you forever. That goes for anybody that would try to prevent us from doing what we're doing. You got to be you forever. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. I love looking at myself in the mirror. Crippled, caned, all that shit. I love looking in the mirror.
Good job, Robbie. I love it. Stoner bro, I appreciate that you were willing to come on here and be so candid and just talk about it. You know, back in my day, you know, you would have went to a magazine or a journalist and given your story, and it would have taken a month to come out, and then it would take a month to get a response. Now it's all instant. So if Damon or anyone from OCB wants to come on here, it's only 7. We've been on the air 15 minutes. We're going to at least do another hour.
And in all fairness, this is my first time hearing about any of this. Even seeing the Flair thing, bro. And I'll be honest with you. I know people talk a lot of shit about Flair, but I've been around Flair several times with my son, and he's always been cool to us, to the point where he's very insistent that I went to his doctor, Dr. Pradim in Atlanta, for stem cells.
Dr. Vinny Boombots.
Dr. Vinny Boombots. But no, so this is my first time hearing any of this. But just generally speaking, I will say that, yeah, you know, we don't want anybody trying to interfere with what we're doing. We're running on a Sunday in the afternoon, for God's sakes, just to make sure that we do not infringe upon anybody. We make our schedules around other promotion schedules as much as we can. Yeah,
we do, dude. We're like, we do a dance so intricate, like surgeons, not to step on people's feet half the time, and that we can't waste that much time. But Stoner bro, I appreciate your candor, bro. You're welcome to chill and stay on if you'd like, because I want to get Rich Poe in here in a minute, and KB, because I have a feeling they're going to want to talk on this possibly.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, I appreciate you guys giving me the platform. I'm definitely not done talking about this. There's a couple more things I want to address. And also, I want to see if the Botox boss takes my challenge of stepping into his own ring and putting the gloves on with the champ.
Whoa.
Wow. So you're saying right here on SPO City that you want to fight Damon
Feldman.
Right. Feldman.
Right.
For
guys,
real.
The
And this is not an angle.
All right. I want him to step into the ring. This guy, see him slap boxing his brother. He's jealous of his brother. His brother's got this.
Has that ever happened?
Bare
Has he ever stepped in the
knuckle
ring?
fighting.
before?
I have no idea, but he thinks
I know how that is. Johnny's jealous of me.
Yo, he's a professional. He is a professional boxer. I'm not a professional, man. So I hope.
Well, I mean, he's going to probably fuck you up.
Professional?
In all fairness, you could probably fuck most normal people up, but Damon is a professional boxer.
He is.
His
And you know what?
hands are lethal weapons. Let's get Rich and hold on a minute, you guys. What's up, guys? You hear us?
Yo,
What up, everybody? What's good, bro?
what it do? What it do?
Yo,
Peace,
Rich
peace.
Poe.
What up, guys?
I
What's
see
up,
them
my brothers?
laughing. What's up, KB? I see them laughing in the background. It's making me laugh.
Yeah, I'm funny. Yeah, just sit back with the popcorn. That's all.
After last week, this is a nice change of pace. I welcome it at this point. My God. So now he wants Damon in the ring. Are you guys now? Do you think Harrah's will put odds on that?
Damon ain't fighting. Oh, well, he ain't fighting. He talk all that. Damon ain't fighting. I think he'll do it.
He might. I would if I were him.
Now maybe after the biggest broski, then he might.
If he
You
keeps
know, I've only
turning
been
that
in the
knife.
ring one time. I don't know why he would. The only reason why he would be scared to fight at this point, guys, he would be scared that I would punch Botox from the right side of his face to the left side.
I can't. I can't.
That is
I just
definitely.
can't. Rich, tell us about yourself.
Wait, Stoner Bro Flex, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, today's your birthday. How old are you?
Today's my birthday. Not a lot of people know this, but I am 49 years young.
No,
Well,
you're
God bless you. You don't look it, man. God bless you. I mean, you might be at a stage one day where you want to get Botox or something. I mean, everybody does stuff. I mean, you know,
Colonoscopy first, and then Botox.
I would never in a million years. I would rather die in 10 years and
45,
find
I
out
got-
that there was an alien living up there than ever fucking, yeah. But
It
what
could
happened to
be.
Rob? Oh, he had something in his colon. He refused to get a colonoscopy. Oh, God bless his soul.
Well, I think that's how they found the direwolf DNA. Up, yeah, that's how it happened.
Yeah, right.
So tell us, Rich,
Flex,
what
I'm
do you
sorry,
got going
Flex.
on?
I'm just trying to be the voice of reason here.
Well, we got to talk to Rich Poe about his new app and about his song and all the stuff.
Congratulations,
he's got going on right
Rich.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks. The rich experience. We basically focusing on entertainment and information. That's what the app is about. We live stream, do a lot of things. Merchandise we did for sale, new and exclusive content. The only platform you can find it at, and we just try to be the latest and stay up on top of everything that's going on, and give you things that other platforms can't. That's all.
And they find it in the app stores, and they look up the Rich Poe, RICHPO experience, right?
Experience the X. It'll be in the App
No
Store
E.
Thursday. Probably Friday. Oh yeah, it's the man himself. Reality 5 Media.
The app, Poe ain't gonna give you the real, but it's gonna be a real exclusive app. He's all over the world. So the mayor, when he visits all these places around the world, he's gonna capture where he's at, tapped into the local scene. Obviously, he's gonna have exclusive features, interviews. He's tapped in with these celebrities out here, so I know he's gonna tap into them. So it's kind of like that. When he moves, you're moving with him. All right, so it's kind of going through the experience. People who are interested in maybe commentating also, or they got music, or they're trying to move their album. This is probably the place that they want to put it. In a nutshell. So that's it.
Awesome. And I got to say, guys, from what I know of Rich, I believe in you guys. I do. I have full faith in anything you guys put your names to. You guys have been awesome. And Rich, you're worth your weight in gold on the microphone in the wrestling ring. You know how hard that is to find in a pro wrestler, let alone a non-pro wrestler? So we got to get you doing something in the ring this Sunday, because the fans love you, bro.
Yeah, I got you. I love my SPO fans. Listen, we ain't gonna talk about it right now. We ain't gonna talk about it right now. We ain't gonna talk about it right now.
Well, I want to bring in Big Rel. That's your boy, BattleRapper. I want to do it while you're here, Rich, because I want you to talk to him and
going on.
Okay.
Man, you guys have me cracking up. I'm with all of it, with all the fights. I put my money on him.
Hey, Big Rel, where you at right now, Big Rel?
I'm in Myrtle Beach right now.
Okay.
Checking in from Myrtle Beach.
We out here just kicking it, just hanging out. I appreciate y'all, showing me the love and bringing me up, man. Appreciate it.
Now tell SPO fans, you a battle rapper?
I'm a battle rapper, yes. I am a battle rapper. I'm from New Brunswick, New Jersey. I've had maybe about 9 battles so far. Primarily battle on the iBattle League. So I got a battle coming up this upcoming month too. The beginning of next month, I should be battling on Chaos.
How many battles you say you had?
I say about 10 battles in. At this point, I would really have to sit back and count all the opponents, but I'm gonna go with 10 right now. Yeah.
Yo, and shout out to Jersey, man. That's my home state, man. I'm definitely into the battle rap scene. My cousin, Mr. Tattoo, and I, we sponsored the Arsenal versus Enes many years ago out in Philadelphia. So
yeah. Shout out to those guys.
Yo, Real, what got you into battle rap?
Well, I made music prior to that, right? So I made music, but I was always heavy on the punchlines. That's what kind of drew me into music in the first place, into like listening to music, was like metaphors and punchlines. And so I kind of drew an affinity for making those, like punchlines, metaphors, entendres, and stuff like that. And so people would always try to pull me into the battle rap. And then like my brother Rambo started battle rapping. And then I'm going to the events and stuff. And then I'm like, I'll give it a try. And then I did give it a try and I liked it, man. It was amazing. So I just kept going from there, man.
So you said you didn't watch battle rap prior to getting
Oh
into battle
yeah, no,
rap?
I watched battle rap. I watched Arsenal, Loaded Lux, all of those guys back in the day.
What?
Conceited,
Yeah.
Hitman.
What's your Mount Rushmore of battle rap?
Ooh, Mount Rushmore. I gotta say, I already said this before. Tay Rock go up there. I want to say, I want to say, I kind of want to say Rex go up there. Rex go up there. Tay Rock go up there. I feel like you got to put Mook up there because you cannot. And then I'm gonna go with Calico. Not Calico. I'm gonna go with what's my man? You gonna get this work? Man, why am I forgetting his name right now? Drawing a blank.
Loaded Lux.
Loaded Lux, man. I gotta go with Lux, man. That's what I gotta go with to finish that out.
No Arsenal.
I want to put Arsenal up there because he's from Jersey, from the home team. But I just think about like the grand scheme of how many battles and people don't put in work. If I'm really being unbiased, that's my Mount Rushmore.
Sue Surf.
Surf go up there. Damn.
Oh,
Free the wave. Free
You
the wave.
taking
All
out
right, so
though?
look, this
You
is what
taking
we're
out?
gonna do. We're gonna take out Rex and we're gonna put Surf in that spot.
Hey, real. So
Yo,
how you feel about the event this week?
man, I'm super excited, man. You know what I want to see? I want to see the dude. You don't gotta remember the name, but you're gonna remember the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Face.
he sold me with that promo. I'm like, yeah, I want to see what he about, what he do.
Should we watch
That's
it
our
real quick?
champ.
Should
Yeah,
we
I
watch
was
it?
gonna
Yeah, I
say,
want-
let's run that back. Let's run that
Yeah, let's
shit
watch
back.
it. Let's check it out. Yeah. Uh-huh. See, like that's hard to do right there. First of all, he sold me with that part.
I feel like he had to do that for his supper.
Remember the name, because
What's up, Coach C?
remember the face.
Coach, what it do?
Yeah.
Make sure we got some medics on standby.
And then he got him on the
Yo,
head
you
right
see,
there.
you see
Yeah,
blood
he
though.
coming
You
for
see
war.
blood there.
Yeah, he coming for war.
Wow.
Yeah, that was insane right there.
Yeah, he coming for war. I like that.
Last time he
That's
came
that's
out of
the
bricks.
champ. That's the champ.
Okay, that's fire, man. He about to put in that work. I already see his energy.
He's
Hey,
fighting a
bro.
legend though. Rick Blade. Rick Blade is a legendary dude right there, and
About to
he
hold it
hasn't
down.
been super active. So this is gonna be a banger.
Hey,
But that
real.
being said, Rick Blade's been spending like the 20 years he was away from wrestling. He's a high level martial artist.
Ooh,
I mean, he
okay.
was 20 years ago, but he
And he's in
didn't
great
stop.
shape.
Yeah, he never stopped.
Damn, so he about to put in some work too. So it's gonna be a bang out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick Blade's legitimately deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, in real life, Rick Blade is deadly. Yeah.
You know what's
Very
cool
nice
too
guy,
about this match is cool, Big Rel, is you'll notice while the match is happening, Blade versus Face, a lot of the wrestlers like me, Robbie, and Skillz, we're going to be looking through the curtain, watching, you know,
Okay.
because we want to see it too. We're fans
Right.
too. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's
right.
one of those matches.
I could imagine, man. Yo, it's already like a level of anticipation. Like I'm just waiting to get out there and just, like you said, like I just want to see myself.
Yeah, and you're going to perform too. You're
Yeah,
doing a set,
man.
man.
Looking forward to that as well, man. I got a new song that I never released, so
Listen,
this is
real.
the first time everybody hears it.
Oh,
Yep.
word. Nice. Exclusive.
Hey, real.
Yo, Poe.
What can we
What's
so can we see a battle from you and Tay Rock soon?
Man, I would love that. A
That-
battle
that-
for me and Sarah, that would be crazy. I would love
That's
something
aiming
like
to
that.
the top though. That's
Save
aiming
it.
to the top. You got it's
Say,
hard.
say,
You gotta earn
listen.
that.
You want to battle Tay Rock? Tay Rock
Yeah.
will be there Sunday.
Okay.
Let's set something up. Let's do
Oh
it for
my,
the
that would be
kids.
crazy.
Let's do it. If we're gonna do Big Rel versus Tay Rock, let's try to do it for the kids. Let's get some sponsors involved.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Don't have to be a full blown wrestling show. Let's maybe do a
Right.
little bit of wrestling and then have the guys battle. A little bit of something for everybody, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we want to see something like that happen, and
Yeah.
we would love to be the ones to put it together. Have you ever met Tay Rock before?
I met him one time before, and it was at a battle. He was battling. I was just in attendance at this battle, and you know, I chopped it up with him briefly, not much. It was just like in passing, like we were just in the same room. So
Well, no. Now you guys are on the same. You guys are on the same show this Sunday.
Yeah.
So
that's fire.
You know.
That's just like ironic how God works. You know, it's crazy.
he's looking out for you. He's looking
Yeah.
out for all of us.
Big
hopefully.
Rel, the question that matters is what happens if a wrestler steps to you, brother? What
Oh,
happens?
Man, you know what? I bench press. They don't know that
do?
part. They don't know.
All right.
I do a little bench press on myself, man. I can do a little body slams. I can jump off the top rope. I'm a little agile. I play football. You know,
You're an athlete. You're an athlete.
Stoner, you got
Natural
excited when he
athlete.
said jump off the top rope. Stoner bro got excited.
Yeah, because you guys already know that's my dream, man. I'm gonna jump off the top rope like my idol, the Macho Man, and I'm gonna
yeah,
drop an elbow on
yeah.
somebody in
Nice.
the middle of the ring.
Nice. Don't kill him.
We'll turn the
Uh,
lights out so you're glowing
So I just
as you drop
glow
the
it.
elbow.
That's right.
Black light.
That's
The
amazing.
glowing elbow.
I would like to see a glowing elbow, man.
I just like to say that I would like to be the one, if I can, to facilitate a truce between Stoner Bro and Damon Feldman, if possible. Whether it be here on the air, behind closed doors. I think that we
in the
life is
bathroom at
too
Harrah's.
life is
You-
too short. No, really, life is too short, and I think that we should all be working together and looking out for each other and looking out for these kids and doing the right thing. So that's
You know,
just how I feel about it.
you know this. You know before I know for the people who don't know me, I am Stoner Bro Flex, but I'm not just a stoner. I have a degree in addictions counseling. You know, I work with the troubled youth of America. I feed the homeless. I do toys for tots. You know, I dress up as Santa. And I surround myself with beautiful people who do the same thing. Like we really give back to the community. So, you know, I'm not mad, man. It's business, never personal to
Yeah,
me. You know, but the one thing that I don't like when grown men act like bitches. You know,
there
I
you
don't
go.
like that.
Facts.
I
Facts.
don't like when
Consent.
grown men act like bitches. So this is what it is. I'm not mad at the Botox boss. So I actually have another offer, you know, because I like to give back to the community. I like to give back for men's mental health. So this is what I'm gonna do, big Damon. Instead of us giving you our money so that you can have sponsor money to put on your little bullshit fights, I got my own $1,000. I will put up against you. You put your $1,000 up. All right. And whoever loses, man, their money goes straight to charity, either to the kids, men's mental health. All right. Put your money where your mouth is and step into your own ring and take on one of the best contestants you've ever had.
Ooh, step into
Dude,
your
that was a
own.
Oh,
good promo.
Yo,
Yeah.
My
That
money's
was
on.
a
yo, you're gonna have to do a whole press conference for that.
that
You
was
know, he
bro.
finally, if that fight happened, he'd finally probably have a packed press conference. You know, he might look good for once.
Who's going to get the office pool together? We need odds on this. If he's going to take it, if the $1,000 will be paid or not.
I like to see how the people in the comments feel about this.
Dude,
You know,
it's like
this is
Anybody
what
a
I'm
out?
gonna
big
say,
game.
and I don't kiss and tell, you know, but I'm a businessman, all right? I am a
Right.
businessman, and one thing I don't like is bad business, you know. And when I become friends with everybody in the building, and a lot of my good friends are complaining, yo, we're doing all this work, we have all this talent, we're not getting paid like we're supposed to be getting paid. That's a sucker move. And I don't rock with people like that.
I,
So if the Botox boss is watching, man, the challenge is on. I want you to get on this camera right now. I want you to accept the challenge, put up your $1,000 and step into the ring with the biggest broski.
Wow.
yeah, I'm
Broski,
rocking.
I'm excited, man. I'm
I'm
excited
sold.
for this.
I'm sold. I'll
I don't know
pre-order a
what the hell's
ticket right
gotten
now.
into you.
He's a little out of shape too, guys. You see, I saw the little bot. He's like, I guess he's trying. The other thing that gets me, guys, you know, he's got some podcast going on, and someone said, "Yo, Stoner Bro, you want to get on Damon's podcast? He wants guests. Yeah, sure, I'll get on there. I'll hype it up. Yeah, he needs $500 for you to get on the podcast." And I'm thinking, like, $500, bro. I'm gonna bring more people than you are. I'm gonna be the reason why people watch your podcast. You know, he's corny.
Are you serious about this right now?
$500 to
Wait a
get on
minute.
his
Wait a minute.
podcast, bro.
We could be charging motherfuckers to be on here with us
I
right
need to,
now.
yo, I need to charge him 500 for me to
That's
be on
fucking
there.
What
genius.
is
Holy shit.
happening? Wait a
So,
minute. He just had Joey Merlino on today or yesterday. You don't think?
Kayfabe,
well, listen,
kayfabe,
well, listen.
please.
I am friends with Joey Merlino. He follows me on Instagram. I've supported his cause. I got a lot of love and respect for the boss of Philadelphia, man. I used to be early '90s in the streets. I used to grow up watching that guy. So it's just even cool to rub elbows in the same atmosphere. You know, of course, he would need somebody like the boss to get on there to get him some ratings and some new fans.
Gee whiz. Guys, I don't want to break into this real fast, but I got breaking news. You guys are going to be maybe excited about this. We just got a confirmation of a new star that will be appearing on the 27th, this Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Fang from the Philadelphia Union. Fang, you see him there?
Let's go.
See him showing off his abs. This is his 8x10. The girls go wild for this one. And this is him with his friends. Look at his buddies.
All the gang.
You don't just get Fang.
Where the fuck is the Philly Fanatic at?
They have him chained up in a basement, I think.
He big timed them.
He's the main guy. And what happened to Big Shot? Who's the cat?
That's the Phillies cat. They sent like the B show. They sent the IC champ from the Phillies.
But that's not Phillies. I think that's Sixers.
I know it's just Sixers. Yeah, sorry.
But wasn't that Big Shot when we were kids? What happened to Big Shot?
It was my boy at one point. My boy Glenn Foster, who died. He was a little person. He was Lil G though.
Yeah. Really?
He was also the littlest groom. He's a big wrestling fan too. Glenn, rest in peace, Glenn. Glenn was the man. I went to school with Glenn. Yeah. But he was the mascot for the Sixers, and then I got Fang. We're looking forward to having Fang there. Yeah,
4 p.m. So right when doors open, you come in, you're gonna see his head popping up above everybody. Because look, who's the guy next to him there, guys?
Looks like Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard, maybe. So you figure Fang's what?
Looks like
Fang's like 6'7", probably. Yeah, I'm excited to see this thing. Yeah, it is Ryan Howard.
Yo, Fang looked like he got retired off some kid show on some public station.
Fang versus Hank. Book it, Johnny.
And he got locked up and came out. He got abs and
catch that glowing elbow.
The glowing elbow. With a soccer ball in one hand.
I'm working hard on it.
Yeah, the glowing elbow, dude. I could see. I'm excited to see what he does, what Fang does, because knowing us, Robbie, we're not just going to have a meet and greet the fans. He's going to be involved in some way,
like Hank.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll accept Stoner Bros challenge.
Yeah, maybe you fight Fang, Stoner Bro. You got to work your way up the circuit,
like
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
And the loser gets a Botox match or whatever. Fang
stop, Johnny.
I don't even think it's true. I don't care. Come on, I dye my beard. I'm male vanity, just like anyone else. I don't have any room.
First Santa Kringle, now Fang. This Rumble gonna rock.
Are you really going to try to be in the Rumble though, Stoner Bro? I don't know, man. I think you should wait and we do a whole match now. You're too big of a star to just waste you in a Rumble at this point, bro.
You know, that would have been an excellent introduction to the SPO fans. However, we will definitely get into the ring for the next time. I'm going to be ready. And I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
Well, yeah, you can't be. That's why you can't be fighting Damon Feldman, getting punched in the fucking face, getting CTE, all that other shit. You got a wrestling career ahead of you. You know, don't get yourself involved.
50s are the new 20s.
I think
that's what it is, guys.
He's in prime still. Yeah, in prime.
Hopefully, you guys can reconcile. Hopefully, we'll be the ones that can make that happen. I want to be like the guy when they put the Bloods and Crips album out in like 1993. No. I want to be like that guy that like gets everybody. Now, of course, I told you, Johnny, all those people got killed for making that album, but I want to be the person that gets everybody together, like Bloody Mary and it was like Bloody Mary and Lil Stretch and Do or Die, and they all got killed.
Well,
you know what, guys? The beef wouldn't have even gotten this far hadn't this guy. What he did was we were going back and forth. He's like, "I'm a nice guy," blah blah blah. Then what he does is he takes a screenshot of our conversation, and then he goes to shit talk me. And whoever he went to text, he texted me by accident. So I type back like, "Yo, you text me, dummy." You know, so hadn't he had done that sucker move, we wouldn't even be at this point. You know, I would have came there, kept making him a little bit of bread. But again, man, he's a bitch.
This is fifth grade shit. This is fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
It's entertaining. You know? I'm enjoying the hell out of this. You can't write a show better than this. This is just phenomenal.
Gonna be history.
Rel, what did
Hey.
you get into, bro? Go back to battle rap where people are sane.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, though, man. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sure
Johnny,
not.
how about this? I got a proposal. How about Damon accept the boxing match, but Damon also has to wrestle Stoner Bro?
But they can't be on an SPO event, or then they can't box on the OCB event.
Yeah, we won't be legitimate, guys. I'm not a legitimate boxer if I wrestle for SPO, so it is what it is. But if that's the case, then if that's the case, he shouldn't be scared to get into the ring.
I would like to believe that he didn't truly say that, and whoever told you that is just misinformed or just gossiping or is just, I would like to think that he wouldn't say that about us.
Robbie, I think you must have missed the part where I said I confronted them face to face, mano a mano, and talked to them, and I asked them personally about it.
He gave Johnny a ring.
It wasn't just gossip, man. They did it, and they just weren't man enough to say it to my face. I had to come all the way up from Florida. I had to come up from the Sunshine State to talk about it to him.
Bro, we just lost our Pope. We just had Easter. Mount Etna just erupted. So me and Robbie are raw emotionally right now. So we're trying to just.
Now my heart is broken. One of my heroes doesn't like our company. That Johnny. You know how much I looked up to Damon, and I wanted to learn from him and everything. So that hurts my feelings. It really does. And I don't mind saying that. I'm man enough as a Christian and as a father to say that, yeah, it hurts to get let down by somebody who you would have worked hard for if you got the opportunity. So, but that being said, God bless them. I hope nothing but success. And we're going to try to do the same for our little mom and pop over here.
Yeah.
What else can I say?
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah. Come on out, kids.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
Well, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, happy birthday, Stoner Bro.
Happy birthday. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm a little lit right now. I've been smoking all day long, and we're celebrating. It's good to see
make
all
sure you
guys,
bring
man. Rich Po, KB, these guys have become like my brothers, man. And it's just we're all here for a purpose. There's a reason why we're all in the same room right now. All the good people are where they're supposed to be right now, and karma will always come and get those who don't play the game fair. I'm a firm believer of that.
Hey, I think, Stoner Bro, I think you should host a Tay Rock and Big Rail battle.
Yo, I'm in the battle rap. Listen, I've been watching battle rap for as long as it's been out. I'm actually friends with Matt Ills and some Florida boys. And again, if you need me to do a little announcing, set it up, whatever, I'll host the battle, man. I'm down for that.
That'd be awesome.
All right. That's fire.
I'm
yeah.
repping for Jersey, baby.
Jersey. That's what I'm talking about. Big
Cookie.
Rel, I'm excited to hear your set too, man. Very excited. We got a lot of fans coming, family, friends that are excited.
Bring instrumentals, artists. Bring instrumentals.
Okay, for sure.
If I could just say, don't rap over yourself rapping. If you can bring an instrumental, we got good shit here as far as equipment and stuff. So
okay.
Bring if you got a backtrack, it's you or whatever rapping over your own. But if you got an instrumental, bring it.
For sure.
It's one thing we always try to say too. We try to make it where an artist can have the best performance they possibly can. They don't just have to rush through their shit. We want you to go out there, and we're trying to give artists a platform.
Right.
That's right. And make sure you drop those wrestling bars.
Oh yeah, man. You already know, man. You already know, man.
Yeah.
Wrestling bars for you guys.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to it, man. You have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, man. You're welcome anytime.
You guys are awesome, man.
Be safe, Big Will. Peace. Definitely see you. You definitely get up. Easy on.
Easy, guys. Peace.
Yo, later. See you guys soon.
All right. Peace, bro.
All right, my man. We'll hit up soon. I'll hit you up soon. Oh, man. Robbie, what the hell just happened? I feel like we just hosted a hotline. Remember the hotline that Trent used to have?
Yeah, I used to have it with him. We used to, little side note about the hotlines. We used to, originally like 95, 96, we used to break into like Lou D'Angeli's hotline. He had a hotline. It was, this before area code. But it would have been 215. It was 215-602-2856. And Frank Cody had a hotline that I broke into a bunch of times.
Santa Kringle.
Yeah, we would like break in and change the outgoing message, and it would be us. And Richards and Meanie used to do the same thing, but we would then steal Richards and Meanie's hotline sometimes, because they would be on Lou's hotline. So yeah, it does feel like the hotline wars back in the day.
I'm interested
Stoner
to see
Bro
what
still
happens.
on with us?
He's here.
And not for nothing though, but last week prepared us for this week. Because if we wouldn't have gone through the last week, we would have been in some shit right now. But
I have to agree.
You know,
this was good. This is
I'm
where the
having a
action's
good
at.
time, man. You know, we are in the world of entertainment, you know, and that's what I do best, man. I entertain the people, and I'm just out here to have a good time, man. Live some dreams. You only get one life. You know, I
That's it.
try to tell people, man, people are walking through this earth right now, man. They're mad, they're depressed. Going to a 9 to 5 that they hate. You know, they it's too much anxiety to do something else. And I'm just here trying to show people that, always follow your dreams, man. They do come true if you believe in it and you believe in yourself. So I'm just
Hell
grateful
yeah.
to be here, man.
I love hearing you talk like that, bro. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. Eventually, you're going to do some public speaking tours. Maybe we'll even do one together, bro. The world's not ready, but
I'm always down. I'm always down for public speaking. I'm always down to help in the community, man. I love helping humans. That's what my degree's in. So outside of all the boxing and the wrestling and the fighting and the drama, no matter what, man, the number one reason my purpose here is to help humans. So that'll always be first before anything else.
Like a true
respect
stoner.
the hell out of that. You want to watch the Lavari promo while you're still here?
Yo, Lavari's the man. Let's get it, man. That is the broski. I got to meet him at the last event, and he's definitely a friend.
And then when we come back, we'll get Angel Metro in here, Robbie.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's taking on my girl Ruthie J from Florida.
Yep.
All right, she is so dope. I watched her last match, and I'm excited to see this one.
Me too. All right, here we go.
Vinny Pacifico, you're going down, bro. Miami Mike is gonna kick your ass this Sunday at SPO Wrestling. And as far as your little Tony two-touch lovey-dovey, by the way, I'm Lavari, and you calling yourself Love. I don't care if you're 50 years older than me, you copying me. Anyway, y'all are going down. I'll see y'all Sunday, SPO Wrestling, Harris, Philadelphia, Chester. Word.
Wow. Well, Lavari's no joke anymore, man. He's been studying Paul Heyman now, he tells me.
I definitely see the difference. He's really confident, and I think he's going to come out and put on a great show.
It's the New Jersey in him. We should call him New Jersey Lavari.
I thought he lives in South Philly.
I think he lives in New Jersey.
No, South Philly.
He might be from South Philly, but I think maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's appearing at the Cannoli Fest or whatever that thing is. Nice street. Yeah, at Rim Cafe.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. It's like a cannoli. No, it's a espresso. I don't know. It's some greaseball shit that I would kill to be a part of. That I was wasn't invited
we can
to.
Say that. Yeah, we're allowed to say those things.
I would kill to be a part of that thing. Matter of fact, if you're out there doing the Guido Fest on 9th Street, I grew up at 10th and Oregon. I would love to be on that thing. Look at me, I'm a fucking inspiration for the neighborhood. I can't walk, but I'm still jacked. I got a great upper body, so come on.
Where's John Tapper? I can't find him.
I put a polo logo on my cane. That's what a man does. There he is. There he is.
That's our dad in the middle. The face he makes when he looks at you, he just diminishes you to dust. When he looks at you, our dad, you don't even exist, okay? And the closest thing I can find in 2025 is the John Taffer from Bar Rescue.
Somebody asked me one time, they said, does your father have a picture of you at work? I said, I don't think he has a picture of me in his mind.
No. Never has ever. But listen, without any further ado, you want to get your guest on here, Angel Metro?
Yeah, of course.
There she
is. Where's she at?
Hi.
Hey.
What's up, Angel Metro? Welcome to SPO City.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. How's everything going with you? Let me see. Are you all fucked up from death matches this weekend? Let me see.
No.
She covering herself.
Nah, perfect.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight. You have been on Spocast before, but at SPO City, we try to do a little more free form, like I told you, like a little more just like free form conversation. We play some like silly games like the TMZ game and just a bunch of other funny nonsense and stuff. So we think that you're great for SPO Wrestling for what we do because number one, when I had saw that Johnny was bringing you in, I had already seen you at the No Limits Academy in Rio Grande down here at the shore on the shows for Chad, which are, similar to what we do at Harrah's in Philly. It's a bunch of little kids who normally wouldn't get to see pro wrestling and meet wrestlers if we weren't putting the event on for them Sunday. So it's a situation very similar to what they do at No Limits. So I think you'll be a perfect fit because you have a great story and you're a good representation of women's wrestling. I mean, we wish you would stop doing the death matches, but, it is what it is. People couldn't talk any sense into us in our careers at some point.
I was going to say, it's part of it's your guys' fault, really, when you think about it.
So, yeah, Jesus. Yeah, that's horrible.
Like, oh, come on.
Representing
shirt looks great on you.
Word.
I love the SPO shirt on you, though.
Yeah, you definitely look great in a SPO shirt.
Yeah, I got it that night. It was given to me that night, so I threw it on after the match.
Nice.
Blood.
So were you anywhere for this past WrestleMania weekend out there in Vegas? Were you doing anything or
no? I actually took off.
So no wrestling this past weekend.
No, just was able to like kick back and not kill myself with stress and like cheer on all my friends and see all the cool stuff that they were doing and whatnot. And yeah, no, it was good. I wanted to kind of just take time to chill. I don't do that enough. So I'm trying to, that's like something I'm trying to do this year is like remember to chill sometimes.
Yeah, it's definitely super important that if you're able to take a break, if you're able to take that time for, number one, your physical health, because the amount of bumps you take, it does start to accumulate over time, but also, the mental health break. And wrestling could be generally joyful and stress-free for you, but you're still not sleeping properly. You're still sitting in a car for long periods of time, and you're still not eating the way you would be eating if you were at home. So it's always good to take a break if you're able to, because it will add years to your career. There's a big fear of missing out that Johnny and I talk about a lot with the sheer amount of indies that are out there and wanting a double shot and triple shot and, do 4 or 5 shows in a weekend. And it's just not sustainable. It's really not.
Yeah, so I just went to my training school on Sunday, and that was it. I just relaxed.
Good. Yeah. I respect that. No fear of missing out, the YOLO, you only live once, the bucket list, all that stuff. Yeah, we have time. I realize you don't know what tomorrow brings, but come on.
I was watching videos of her with Louis. That was insane. Definitely deserved the rest after that.
I actually found a picture from her match with Low Life Louis Ramos. Do you guys want to see it?
Sure.
There it is. That's how it went down.
Oh, classic.
That's how I see Low Life Louis Ramos now. He's a monster who's trying to
Freddy.
He's trying to just infect her with.
Yeah, I love Louis, but if I saw Louis like getting collar from you, I would like have to beat the shit out of him. I would just like interrupt the match and be like, "No, Louis," like.
Well,
yeah, it's hard to think about.
Don't watch the match then.
No, we're just messing with you. Listen, we think it's awesome that you do it, but you got to understand something. We also see the beauty in you. We see that we want to make sure that your beauty lasts forever into your 30s, into your 40s. That's all. We're not judging you.
I mean, I don't
look
know.
at my hair. My hair's got to be down because there's certain scars on my forehead that I'm not proud of. I just don't want to see you go down that road. That's all. Because you're so talented, and we really have nothing but love for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
but you're doing great. And I got to say that you're badass. And half the stuff that you do in your matches, I don't think I would have done when I was 20. So that's good stuff.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate it. That's a compliment. Thank you.
So, what inspired the death matches? Because in this day and age, you know, you I don't want to say you have to seek out deathmatch wrestling, but it's not as abundant as it was. I feel like when Johnny and I were around, where every company kind of was doing a little bit of death matches or hardcore, where now there's just places that do 8 matches of death matches and that's it. You know, where CZW, there was always something happening. JAP, there was always something hardcore happening. So what made you decide to get into death matches specifically, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. So it's basically the same reason that I got into wrestling, period. My former partner was a deathmatch wrestler. He was a professional wrestler for 16 years. His name was Marcus Crane. He had sustained an injury that was life-threatening. He got through it. He was recovering. Unfortunately, he had to take a lot of time off to recover from that and have some follow-up surgeries, which all went great. We were shaking the rust off for him and getting him back into the ring. He stayed at H2O training center for a month during that time. Unfortunately, he had a heart condition that no one knew about. He didn't know about, none of us knew about. And he passed away suddenly from heart failure. And so when that happened, because of just everything, my whole world blowing up and just how devastating that whole time was, I don't know. I just kind of lost direction and hope, and I was a mess. And I was so angry because he was in the best shape of his life. He was clean and sober. He was just like cranking it out, ready to go. And then right when he's there, the rug gets swept out from under him, and he had so many things that he wanted to do. And I was just so pissed. I was like, that's such cruel irony. Like, it's such bullshit. So something broke in me, and I decided to throw all my emotion, my love, my hate, everything I had left into wrestling. And that's how I got into it. And then with deathmatch, obviously he was a deathmatch wrestler. I love deathmatch and hardcore wrestling. I love, obviously, what you guys, have done. And it's just a passion, really, honestly. It really is. I just really love it. I've been a fan, and now I get to do it, and it's awesome. Yeah.
I really appreciate you sharing that with us, and we're all so sorry for you. And I was on Matt's show on Halloween a few years ago, the Onita show, and Marcus, I think, came back that night because me and him, it was like 2:00 in the morning. Everybody, we were all there really late, and I actually talked to him in the parking lot at like maybe 1:30, 2:00 in the morning, because he just happened to be in the stadium parking lot, like right by where my car was, and he was like pumped up. And it was really sad when I saw what had happened with him, because I think that night he had come back for the first time, maybe from that injury. I could be wrong, but he was like a surprise in the battle. Maybe there was a multi-man match, and I think he was a surprise at one point in that. And all I can maybe say is that the irony of it's really cruel, but it is so wonderful that he was at a place where he seemed so positive about everything, and was working so hard. He was in his prime. He was back in his prime,
That's honestly, like, that's what I say, like, and like talking to his mom and stuff, like, that's kind of the reassurance that I try to take in, is that to him, I was the last person to talk to him, before he passed away. And it was just fortunate that he didn't. It's hard to say because those things are so hard to catch. And if by some miracle you are able to, you can't wrestle. You could have never wrestled again. If they had caught it somehow and he was able to make it through, somehow got medical, they call it the silent killer for a reason, having an enlarged heart. I mean, how many wrestlers we know, it's just like out of nowhere. And but if they had, he wouldn't have been able to wrestle, and that would have crushed him more than anything. It really would have. So, you try to find the small, like, I don't even know if you can call it positivity, but just those little moments, like those little things of relief where it's like, at least as far as he was concerned, you know, he was the healthiest he had ever been, and he was ready to go. He was getting his shit together. He's getting his life together, and that's what he left it on.
Good, Angel. And you know what comes to mind is ripples in a pond. When you drop a stone in a pond and the ripples go out, you know, we don't know what effect we have on people that we come in contact with on an everyday basis sometimes. And
Right.
he probably has people out there today who are what they are because of certain things he did for them or with them, or maybe a role he modeled for them that now they're able to play in their lives because he modeled that role for them at a pivotal time. And when you think about life like that, you realize he's still here. He's still here. God bless him.
No, I'm a firm believer in that. And, you know, that was another reason that I got into wrestling, is like, if this was going to happen, and if obviously I didn't have any control over it, you know, it just hit us all like a brick wall. But I was like, this needs to mean something. Like, this happening needs to mean something. Like, it can't just be nothing. And, you know, for me, being in the ring and doing all that after, you know, because I was starting to train all through dealing with this grief. I mean, I started training pretty quickly afterwards, so it's kind of therapy for me. But yeah, I just I was able to feel the happiest that I had felt by being in the ring that I had before he had passed. Like, that was the first time I felt that way, and being in there made me feel close to him. And then also just keep his name. Like, I got his mask he wore on his Japan tour tattooed on my arm. So like, every time I was in there, it's just like a small, you know, part of him got to stay in the ring, that was his happy place. So yeah, just making it mean something. I totally agree with what you're saying. He's loved by everybody. Like, he touched so many people's, you know, lives. And
he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
cool
and just seeing that, you know, keep on and keeping that alive, keeping his name going, keeping, you know, Dream Eater going, his clothing company as well. Just, yeah, that's what we can do.
What were you doing before? So what were you doing before wrestling?
I was a musician. I was a dark electronic musician. I was in the goth scene, dark electronic scene a lot. Yeah, I started out early on doing like a gothic rock band, and then I went out and did my solo stuff. It's more like dark electronic, a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine. That's actually how I met Marcus. Is I was on tour, and we were touring in Chicago, and yeah, we met at well, he saw me play, but we met at like the after club we went to after the show. So that's how he and I met for the first time.
So was he, if you don't mind me asking, and no disrespect, like, when you're a female singer, are there like rats? Like, you know how like me and Johnny and like the boys, like there's like chicks, like, you know, and like if you're a girl singer, are there like male rats that like hang out and try to get with the female, like?
Yeah, it's a little bit different dynamic. But that, you know, obviously that does happen too. You have, anytime you're a public figure, you get hit on a lot and have people pursue you a lot. Yeah, I'm not intentionally. I'm pretty ignorant to a lot of that kind of stuff.
No, because I don't know what the dynamic is. Because, you know, like I hear stuff every day that shocks me. So like, you know, you're a female musician, you're on the road. You always hear about these, like Bon Jovi's on the road, and he just, you know, there's groupies, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I'm just wondering if like Melissa Etheridge is on the road, and there's a bunch of like
Melissa Etheridge.
There's like a bunch of gym teachers like hanging out at the rafters for whatever.
I have a question.
Have people like guys that try to talk to me like all the time. I'm weird with my communication. Like, I just don't necessarily pick up on that stuff off the bat sometimes, and I don't really talk to people unless they give me something specific that I like talking about to talk about. So it goes, a lot of the time it goes over my head. I mean, there are a lot of those people, but I just don't really participate or catch on to it, you know, very much.
Were you supposed to always be a wrestler? Like, that was always going to be in the plans, or that just happened because of his passing?
Yeah, that's what is. I was in music, like I wanted to do music. I had a choice. I was when I decided to go back to school, I was like, well, I really like psychology, but I didn't really like Western psychology and how it was taught and how people were treated. I was like, well, maybe I won't do psychology, but I was thinking about doing it for at Penn State. And then I was like, I need to do something that I'm like really passionate about, because like things are gonna come and go. It's like I need to stop trying to pick a career that like sounds good and just pursue what really speaks to me, because it's gonna be hard regardless, and the economy is gonna be crazy regardless. But if I love what I'm doing, I'm not gonna have. I live by one rule. I'm on my deathbed. I'm dying, and this situation, this big decision comes across. Do I do it? Yes or no? And then do I regret doing it or not doing it? Yes or no? And basically, I can find the answer to anything, like any big question I have on life, any big decision, by looking at it that way. I just don't want to live with regrets. You know, that's my big thing. And so I was like, okay, well, I could go to Tom Savini's Monster Makeup School and do like special effects makeup for movies, or exactly, or I could go to Berklee College of Music in Boston and pursue music. And so that's what I did. I went to Berklee for several years, did music, toured, did all that, and yeah. And then when he passed, I mean, obviously COVID put a curveball into everyone's lives, but once he passed, I dropped everything. I dropped out of music school to be a pro wrestler. Aren't you so like proud of me? And,
Yeah,
like,
Angel Metro would have been your stage name?
That's my real name.
Oh.
I would have
And
just wrote him a
that would have
song.
been your musician name too?
Yeah, that's because it's my name. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
have a
yeah.
moniker like type
That's
vibe
cool.
as far as like my stage name. Yeah, that's my
I
real
mean,
name.
couldn't, but I mean, you could have just wrote him a song. You didn't have
You
to
know,
like fight
a lot
Lil
of-
Life Louie and fucking
a lot of
Mickey
people
Knuckles
said
and all that
that.
other shit.
A lot of people said that. They said that to me in the beginning, is like, you know, just like throw yourself into music and, you know, all this stuff. And I was honestly, what I said was, I don't feel like singing. I want to fight the world. I was so fucking angry and so just like something snapped in me, and music wasn't gonna cut it. I need to get it out, and I need to get it out in a healthy way before it ate me up. And that's, I mean, wrestling was a lifesaver for that. It really was. I got to be creative. I got to do a lot of the stuff like expression wise that I did in music. But in this new, honestly, when you think about it, like a lot of the stuff I pursued in life before becoming a wrestler, it kind of fit in perfectly to become a wrestler. Even like little things like, you know, being a hatha yoga teacher at one point, like physiology and taking care of myself and like all of that. Like there's so many things in my life that fit into like becoming a wrestler now. So I don't know.
The universe conspires with you when you are passionate about something, and that's what you're describing. It's a lot of what you're saying. I hear the words of Stoner Bro Flex in my ear, because you guys say the exact same things. I love that I get to listen to it. I could listen to it all day, you guys.
I did want to chime in too, and I did want to say that I definitely feel everything that you're saying. You know, I suffered some great losses. And then the pandemic came, and you know I suffered a great loss during that as well. So you know, when you witness here today, gone tomorrow, like you have, you know, and others that we know, it just gives you a different perspective on life. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm right where you're at right now. It's like I don't want to be regular. You know, I walk around. This isn't just Stoner Bro Flex. Just isn't. I walk around like this every day, man. Whether I'm in the weed community, I'm at Walmart. You know, this is me every day. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to do whatever it takes to make me happy. So
exactly.
you only get one life.
Yep. Exactly.
Keep your foot on their neck.
So Angel, listen, I'm not a psychoanalyst. All right. I'm just a spiritual being who's never been in relationships, and I know myself. I'm good at self-relationships. So let me just ask you a question here. When I was doing hardcore, when I was wrestling Nick Mondo and coming off the top of things through tables and being a nut, I think looking back, I didn't want to die. I did not have a death wish. But if I died, no big deal. Sure. Is that the mindset you came into wrestling with, and that maybe helped teeter you into death matches, or absolutely not?
I mean, in part, I think so. Just because, well, if you look at it from a yogic perspective, and you said you're, you know, spiritual, I feel ultimately when you can come to that approach in a healthy way, it's actually the best thing, because it's actually the reason that I got into wrestling. Is I was so afraid of everything at that point. Everything that I knew kind of just collapsed out of nowhere, and my best friend and my partner was gone out of nowhere, you know, at 33. And
who was 33?
I didn't want to be afraid anymore. I didn't want to be afraid anymore. He was when he passed. I didn't want to be afraid anymore. And the bravest people that I knew were wrestlers, deathmatch wrestlers, and I just wanted to be a little bit more like them. And
no, that breaks my heart.
It can be tricky with I don't know. I think there's a lot of respect that can come from deathmatch wrestling. I mean, obviously there's also, you know, a lot of self-destructive people that have been in deathmatch wrestling and are in it, but on the other hand, there are so many creative, loving, amazing minds in deathmatch that I have not. Danny Havoc is someone that's like one of my tops of all time that I will always have respect for, you know, and always another one that I keep, you know, his name remembered in my own personal life. And people that are talented at wrestling and can do technical wrestling, do all this, you know, beautiful stuff, but they choose, for the love of the game, they choose deathmatch because they get to be creative, they get to express themselves, they get to do all this stuff that you don't get to do in normal wrestling. And I don't know, I just have a lot of respect for that, because I feel like a lot of people, and maybe it's because a lot of people get into it when they're really young, it's an ego-based thing. It helps kind of feed their ego a little bit and makes them feel really good about themselves when they do good in wrestling and all that. But when you come to wrestling as a grown adult, like, wrestling is a constant humbling experience, you know, as a grown adult, because you're brand new, you know, and when you're learning, especially, you're learning, you know, the whole new language that wrestling is, you know, physically, it's a completely unique physical language. And, you know, I'll be in there with experienced people who are 5 years younger than me or something like that. And it's just, for me, it's just very humbling. And I love that, though. I love that the way that I got into wrestling, why I got into wrestling, and all of that kind of just keeps me grounded, because I've seen what it can do to other people, and I just never really wanted to be like that. That's not what it was about for me getting into it. And I feel like deathmatch, I mean, there's obviously egos and stuff, but I feel like it is a lot more, like, generally speaking, a humbled attitude. Because you catch a lot of shit even within wrestling from other wrestlers. They catch a lot of shit. You know, it's a very special, unique thing, and I feel like there's more humility in that corner of wrestling than in other places.
You know what? Hardcore wrestling, it's like sushi to the average human being. It's just a little too much for some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little too much for some people. But that's, you know, I've done it, and I got to tell you, Angel, it's addictive as hell. You know, I mean, I would be a full-time hardcore professional wrestler traveling the world, going to Japan, doing the type of things like Akira does in Big Japan. I would adore that life. But I got nephews, I got niece, and I got people that look up to me, and I just don't want to be all scarred and stuff at this point in my life. You know, at some point in everyone's life, their life changes from being about ambition to about meaning. You're still in the ambition part right now, and it shows. And the things that you're doing out there, in my opinion, are inspiring, because you don't see someone that looks like you out doing that. Every time you take a bump where you risk scarring yourself with barbed wire or something, you're taking a bigger risk than the average wrestler taking that bump, because they're not as beautiful as you. They don't have as much to lose. Do you understand?
I think when you've lost everything, things like that just don't really matter anymore.
Amen.
You know, I feel like I spent so much time when I was younger trying to be the most beautiful, the most this, the most that, because that's what we're told, especially when you have looks that the majority of people consider, like, you know, conventionally attractive. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. And when you lose everything, you just realize it doesn't matter, because looks fade. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. You're going to get old. You're going to get scarred just from life. You know, you never have to be in a hardcore match in your life and, you know, accidentally put your arm through a door or something, you know, and there's your scar. Like, it's just a part of life. So for me, like, I do understand that. I do try to take care of myself. You know, I put like my collagen lotions and stuff on, especially on my scars. You know, I try to take care of them. But for me, it's more so getting more road mileage out of it, because I feel like deathmatch scars are a badge of honor. It's something that when you have them, like legitimately have them, there's something that you have earned over a long period of time for them to build up like that. And I know there are a lot of young kids who will just try to get them, you know, try to get their alligator backs to be cool, right? Like a deathmatch wrestler. But I mean, the real ones know. Like the real ones can tell. It's like you're too young to be having the, you know, those kind of scars. And so for me, it's not one of those things that I try to go out of my way to have. It's like, you know, when they come, they come. I take care of myself just because I take care of my body in general. You know, I want to get as much usage out of it as possible. And especially with the scarring, you know, something Marcus had a problem with, you know, is you can only take so many repeated scars before your skin just it stops healing fully. You know, it's like almost like kind of like scurvy, you know, where like your skin just won't heal all the way. And so, you know, he had not been in a ring for over a year, and his back would still like bleed, you know. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I do try to take care of myself, but like, you know, like my nose, I got a scar. It ended up being a really cute scar, honestly. Like it's like a little Japanese, like how they draw it. But, like, everyone was freaking out over that, and I don't know. I got it doing what I love to do, and when you get stuff like that, doing what you love to do, it's just like, you know, it's a part of what happens sometimes.
Badge of honor.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to have it, but when it happens, it's like, hey, like I did it, so it's gonna happen. Like I'd rather it be that way.
Robbie, you are
Right.
what is it?
Sorry to
Muted.
disappoint.
Robbie's muted. There.
Technical difficulties. There you go, Robbie.
There we
go. Sorry. No, I was gonna say that I totally get it. I had really only, like, when my son was born. I mean, my son's about to be 18, so this is a long time ago. But I had stopped working shows, and I'd really just relegated myself to managing one show a month for CZW. And then Mike Verdi, Trent Acid passed, our best friend, one of the reasons we do all this with SPO and everything. And that's what that's why I came back to the wrestling business. Was after Mike passed, we had done Acid Fest, a show for him that Johnny had helped put together at the arena, and I ended up, and I'm so glad I did, because I wrestled Z Bar, who we lost 5 years ago now. But yeah, that's, you know, like Johnny, you know, a lot of people close to me know that's a big reason why we do what we do with SPO. That's the reason why that was 15 years ago when Mike passed, and I wrestled to the point where I literally couldn't walk anymore. That's what it took to stop me from wrestling, to stop me from, and a big part of it was, you know, keeping a dream alive that was real important to us. And I felt like if you have talent and you maybe have a chance to try to pursue your dream, you should really go out there and do it. And so we're really sorry that everything happened the way it did for Marcus, and we're sorry that you have to carry around such grief. But we try to at least not carry any guilt with our grief, and know that we're doing the right thing and honoring Mike's legacy, and Z-Bar and Billy and all the guys that we grew up with that aren't here anymore. And even my best friend Linda, who Sunday, our big shows this Sunday. Sunday would have been her birthday, and we lost her and Bar in the same week 5 years ago. So this is why we really, one of the reasons we wanted Angel to come on here, because you had come on the SPOcast before and told your story, and there's so many people that we reach out to with SPO and what we do with the nonprofits and what the community and with the different communities we reach out to. And I mean, we really thought that you're such an inspiring, motivating person. You know, you really are. So we're really grateful for you coming on and talking to us about this, and it's very relatable on a personal level. You know, I had saw some stuff that you had posted over the last few years, and I'm like, man, that really, you know, it hits in the heart because, you know, obviously you're a beautiful girl, but you know, I can see the sadness and some of the stuff you put out there. So I hope that at least it makes you feel a little bit better to know that, you know, the kids at these shows love you, the fans love you, they respect you, the boys respect you. Nobody, I can tell you right now, we wouldn't bring you on here if we thought you were you weren't top notch. We wouldn't bring you out if we didn't think you were top notch, both as a person and in the ring, you know.
Thank you.
So, and we're really looking forward to trying to give you a showcase. And that being said, too, you know, I think a musician is always a musician. I mean, my DJ gear is right here. I mean, I still play occasionally when I'm bored. Yeah. You know, if you ever want to perform at Harrah's.
I already tried. She's not interested.
Yeah, well, you know what? Robbie didn't try, buddy. Okay?
No. A-Jiff will be performing now.
Let's go.
Shout out to A-Jiff.
Angel, do you like that we made you Eclipse Graphic made you a busker? Someone on the subway playing music here. I think it just fits you. I don't know. I think it's wonderful.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like I didn't think too much of it. I didn't think.
But it's like a prophetess. You're like a prophetess. Like I could see you on the subway singing some song that like enlightens people and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Those be the best artists too.
Robbie, you want to play some games or what?
Yeah, Angel, do you want to hang out and play some games with us? All right, beautiful. What are we doing first?
Look at some TMZ.
Well, do we want to do the Kevin Nash clip real quick?
Oh yeah, we have that too.
All right, so before you play the clip, Danger Ginger, our beautiful producer, before he plays it, I'll just give us a little background. I woke up yesterday morning and I was watching Click This, Kevin Nash's podcast, and he had mentioned that his theme song when he turned babyface in WWF back in the 90s was a ripoff of the TV show theme for Roseanne. So I looked and searched, and somebody had already made like a Roseanne Kevin Nash mashup, but I didn't like it because it was like the very no frills Roseanne theme song. So I tried to do it proper. Like I said, proper homages is important.
Play the thing. You're already over explaining the damn thing. Play it.
Roseanne,
I don't have the button.
Rip off. This is the theme from Roseanne. Rip off.
Oh, that was great. I thought that was funny.
It really does sound like it, though. His theme music really does sound like that. That's ridiculous. So I got some good stuff here from TMZ if you guys want to see some good TMZ stuff. So we've been following Justin Bieber. Angel, you've been following Bieber at all?
Very casually. I see things pop up here and there. Yeah, I saw that one.
Dude needs a rehab. Let me ask you guys all a question. What is Coachella? It sounds like just where all the evil shit happens on Earth. So what, like,
wasn't always like that. It used to be like a pretty dope festival.
Is it like a music festival?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a music festival.
Like, so, dude, somewhere back in the day, you know, like when I would go to clubs and stuff, it used to be that people would dance when a DJ would play. Even if you went to see like a big DJ like Jonathan Peters or somebody like that, like people would dance. But somewhere along the last like because I played recently in clubs and stuff. Like the last like 7-8 years, what it's turned into now is the DJ is on the stage, and I've told you this, Johnny. The DJ is on the stage, and people are just holding their phones and just doing this and just filming the whole time. Nobody dances anymore. So Coachella is a perfect example of that. Coachella used to be like, I don't say like a Woodstock or like a gathering, but it's like a festival.
It's like what Woodstock '99 was supposed to be if it didn't blow up on itself.
And a lot of celebrities go.
Now it's very commercial. Now it's like an influencer type thing.
Speaking of influencer, Angel, how are you in style? You know a little bit about style?
Like fashion?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I necessarily keep up with fashion trends, but I certainly think I have my own unique style. Sure.
All right. Is this acceptable in your world or no?
Pedro Pascal can do whatever he wants because
good answer.
I don't care. He's above fashion rules and like opinions, in my opinion.
He just turned 50 too, Stoner Bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely an outfit, but I support it. You know, you should go out there and express yourself however you want to. Be different.
Yeah, but look at the bottom of the boots. The things going up the legs are not attached to the boot.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a bottom pant. It's a bottom pant.
I see it. Oh wow.
So like what is going on here, Pedro? We need to know.
He's in the year 3000.
Would you rock this, Stoner Bro? Would you rock this around Florida?
Oh, definitely not, man. They'd laugh me out of the state.
Yeah.
I think those are good like lamping clothes. Like, you're kind of like
lamping.
Yeah, if you're lamping around the house, you just got like kind of half slack on the lower leg area. Like I'll be honest with my
those some tight ass shorts and that shirt up top is mad loose.
I don't.
The shirt up top makes him look like he's like selling newspapers in like 1929 New York City. He looks like he's about to ask Mr. Scrooge if he could go home and see his family for the holiday.
John
that big
makes
shirt.
it.
It's like he's sitting on the news anchor desk, and then when he stands up, it's like a complete different outfit.
Oh my God. We got to get Fang to wear those boots. I feel like they would fit.
They're not boots. I think they're just dress shoes with half a pair of slacks attached to them.
They look like Undertaker spats. All right, here's
they
another.
They definitely look like the Dead Man a little bit. I'll give you that.
So, do we know that there's a female, I want to say a boy band. There's a girl band? Did you hear about Sweet Love?
No,
Look
but
at those
I want to
girls.
know.
Yo, how do we get these girls at Harrah's to perform immediately?
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to be involved with them because it's Conor McGregor, which we know that now Stoner Bro Flex has fucking alienated us from that entire network of people now. Thanks, Flex.
That wasn't my fault. I could throw the blame around a few other people, but
Like when Conor McGregor is punching me out at fucking Docks on 2nd and Mifflin. Thank you. Thanks ahead of time. Jesus. I'm kidding. I'll be getting paid. Thank you, legit.
Well, I don't think it would mess up the Conor McGregor relationship. I mean, that's his brother's deal. That's not his deal.
It might sweeten that deal for us.
Exactly.
God bless him. God bless you, Connor.
All right, so
we
Angel,
got big plans, Angel Metro.
Angel, is this a valid excuse? Ohio teacher who pled guilty to sex with student claims her husband neglected her.
There's no excuse for being a pedophile. Sorry.
Her husband neglected her. Like, who would say such a thing?
A crazy lady.
That needs an excuse for what they did.
Yeah, a crazy lady that would fuck a kid.
Yeah. And then we have this, you guys. I call it Shaq Poo. This is a very important TMZ news flash from TMZ Sports.
Oh, I just saw that clip like a couple hours ago.
But dude, you gotta understand, a guy that size, a bathroom emergency might set off the Richter scale. They have to let people know ahead of time, not to be alerted if there's tremors and shit.
Honestly, I'm pretty good-hearted though, because they were like cracking jokes at him on his way out, and he was cracking them back. So that
Wait, no, go back to that Mitch Stein. Where were these teachers were in school? I could tell you where they were in like the mid-90s. They were hanging around Rob Zaccardi, and that's why I'm so fucked up right now, dude. So don't say shit like that. It's for real. That's the truth, and that's me. I'm Rob Zaccardi. I'm talking about myself. So yeah. But yeah,
Real.
that's not those kids. You know, kid can't wrap his head around that kind of stuff. Especially fucking that lady. She looks like a miserable Karen with that blonde hair that was on there. That lady that said her husband neglected her. She's already throwing her husband under the bus. Like, look at her. She's got a big jawline too. She kind of looks like fucking Barry Windham.
TMZ
Yeah.
exclusive. It's an exclusive too. You won't find this major news anywhere else.
Yeah,
Oh,
fucking
wow.
ugly child molesting bitch. Jesus.
All right, how about this now? This shows you what TMZ, the kind of people they are. You ready for this? All right. Now, Post Malone beats X to punch in custody battle, saving himself lots of money. So they have a picture of a guy with face tattoos, a little girl who looks like she's being beaten up by him. And they use words like beats and
To the
punch.
punch. Yep.
So immediately when I saw this, I'm like, oh, we have a wife beater here. And then
That's
I had
a
to
bad
read it again.
graphic. That's what I call a bad graphic.
That's on
Hold on.
purpose.
Hold on, bad graphic.
Yeah,
We gotta do
clickbait.
it.
It's
Yeah.
That's
straight up
definitely a
clickbait.
bad. There it is. That's
That
what
is
I
a
call a
bad
bad graphic.
Mm.
Now I gotta find it again. Oh, here it is. Beats X to punch in custody battle. Of course you're gonna think he hit her. Terrible.
Well, I mean, they like I told you before. Back in the day, it used to be like you will be in a grocery store and like maybe if there was a long ass line, you would look at the tabloids, and that would be your interaction with the tabloids, or maybe fucking Pat O'Brien, Access Hollywood, or whatever, After Wheel Fortune, or whatever. You might see that shit, but that was it. That was
Here-
the tabloids.
Well,
now
we
the
had a lot
tabloids.
of like
Ragmags.
like daytime TV, like with talk show hosts
Right.
would really shit on celebrities and regular people. That's where it was. Once those went away, it went all online. But
Yeah,
like
right.
Ricky Jake and like all of those back in the
Bill
day. Like,
Donahue and all those. Yeah.
yeah, Jerry Springer would have
I'm on a
celebs on
Jerry
his
set
show.
right here. This is the
That is
Jerry
the Jerry
set right
set.
here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
But now it's like the tabloids are everywhere, so they have to do something to get you. Because it used to be there wasn't a lot of competition. It was the Globe,
Right.
National Enquirer. There's a
Right.
few of those shows, a few hours during the day before the soap
Right.
operas came on. But now news is 24/7. So now
Yeah.
they got to get they got to get headlines with something. So yeah, it's like the thing I had said about the bill after. We don't have to put it up, but I had seen a graphic a couple weeks ago, and the way they had the dates written, when I was scrolling real fast, it looked Bill Apter died because they just had the dates that he would be appearing, and just the way that the graphic was,
No, that was the
it
Pope.
just so. In this day and age, though, when you're scrolling, they want to put something so you see punch, beat. We're talking about it. It worked.
Yeah.
No
Clickbait.
stuff. Clickbait
They
is
get
right.
money for every click.
So here's something I found funny, you guys. I love when people have fights and drama. So check this out. Kendrick Lamar, producer Mustard and Drake, producer Gordo. I can't even read this. Beefing over an unfollow. So someone unfollowed. This happened with Bieber and someone a few weeks
Mustang
ago.
and Gordo. Okay.
Kendrick Lamar, producer Mustard, whatever that means. What does that even mean?
His name is Mustard. It's just his producer, and his name is DJ Mustard.
Of course it is. And
Yeah.
then Drake, producer Gordo. So Mustard and Gordo are beefing because of some sort of an unfollow that happened on social media.
I doubt that that's the only reason that they're beefing, but okay. I mean, it's something that creates some interest and drama, I guess.
Right.
That's
We
what
have
it
to
is. It
find out.
looks stupid. It's grown men, rappers, grown men fighting like bitches, man. I don't know.
I'm hungry. Like
Stoner.
I'm not
mustard,
into it.
beefing. Now I'm
Stoner
hungry.
bro, hold on. Stoner bro, how do you feel about two grown men beefing today in today's day and age?
Mm. Well, listen, my situation's not a beef, you know.
I know. I'm just
trying. I'm
messing
just
with you.
He
calling
say
out.
he started late in the ring.
I'm just messing
calling
with
out
you,
a
bro.
shitbag to fight. You know, that's the world that we're in. We're here
Like
to
a
fight,
G
but
though.
I'm
Like a
I'm
G.
not a drama guy. I think guys that do drama, man, maybe they grew up without dads. I'm not sure.
You know who's a shitbag?
Who's that?
Ben Affleck. Because
Whoa.
he said he hated wearing the bat suit.
Uh-oh.
How are you gonna bitch?
Mm.
First of all, he shouldn't have been Batman, in my opinion.
Bro, listen, he's married to J-Lo.
That's why he
He's got the
shouldn't be.
patience of a saint, that guy.
Well, he was married, or he still is.
Mm.
Yeah,
No.
I think. I know, maybe
I don't
not.
think so.
Bennifer's no more? Really?
He was pouring sweat in it. Now, you know who told me that outfit is real hot is Batman of Burlington. And he has that same outfit. And he said the same thing. It pours sweat. He won't even take bookings in the summer.
I've seen that guy in Burlington.
Yeah, right? Hey,
Yeah.
you said Mr. Tattoo's your cousin. Is that Burlington too?
Yeah, Mr. Tattoo, I'll give him the plug. Mr. Tattoo,
I know him.
one of the best tattoo artists in all of South Jersey. He tattoos a lot of the football stars from the Eagles, basketball players, man. He is definitely that artist. So.
He sponsored one of our first events at the Firehouse in Burlington. He was going to give Christina Marie a free tattoo, but she ended up not coming down because it was too far of a drive. We had to reschedule it. But he's a great guy, man. Mr. Tattoo.
He is a great guy. He always gives back to the kids. He always gives back to the police in Burlington, the city. You know, we come from nothing. And we've all literally had to grind from nothing to get to where we're at right now. And he is really one of those guys that does it from the heart. And, you know, he's one of the best. So, yeah, anyone needs tattoo work, make sure you head down the High Street, Burlington City. Mr. Tattoo, tell him Stoner Bro Flex sent you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So we have these guys that are big time celebrities and still worried about petty shit, right? Check this out. TMZ Sports. NFL star A.J. Brown says his car was stolen. Bring it back or I'll find you, he tells the world.
Yeah, he got his car back.
No.
Yeah, so what happened was he told the dude that he would give him because he had it tagged. He knew where his car was. So he hit the dude up and said, if you bring me back the car, I'll, you know,
wow.
No questions asked. I won't press charges, but then he wouldn't. Or he was gonna, and then the guy did it, flaked. So then he got the cops involved and he got his car back.
Damn, how did I not know this?
You didn't read
He really
the whole
wanted his
thing,
car
so.
back. Do we know what kind of car it was at least?
Expensive, most likely.
Yeah.
And if he got a tracking on it?
Yep. And it was Philly too. It happened in Philly, of course. You knew it was either Philly or Jersey.
Of course, he wanted it back. He probably still has payments on it.
He probably does. It's probably true.
Stoner Bro's on a fucking roll tonight.
He is on a roll tonight.
He's on a roll, this dude.
Yo, listen, man. I just keep it real, man. That's my, I like keeping it real,
Like what? How about this, you guys? A snitch got snitched on. Did you guys hear about this thing? That Tekashi 6ix9ine claims his friend turned snitch planted parole violating drugs and guns on him. So someone who snitched got snitched on and then cried foul.
And then he snitched on his boy again. So he snitched and then he's snitching again over here, saying it was his boy.
Oh, that Tekashi, he'll never learn.
Hurt people, right, Angel?
Yeah. Well, we've definitely come a long way from the '90s stop snitching movement.
Oh, it's far from that.
Well, like, it's just crazy to me that, like, like that Tekashi, he actually changed the culture a lot, because I would hear young kids, especially when I was like running a GNC in the mall and there were all these young kids be in and out. I would try to pick their brain and shit. And, I would have young kids say to me, like, oh, yeah, if I get caught or something, I would definitely snitch and not go to jail. I understand
That's
this and that.
crazy.
Right. And when I was a kid, it was like, I would rather get shot in the face than ever tell on somebody, which is crazy talk too, I mean, but,
Can we book Tekashi versus this other guy?
That's Post Malone, Johnny. It's like one of the biggest stars in the whole world. How do you not know who that is?
I don't know Post Malone. No, I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
But the two face tat guys.
He sings like a lot of sweet songs.
It's good for you. You don't know who that is.
Well, it's just
I don't know.
It's just crazy, right? Because back in Jersey, I worked for a program for the troubled youth, kids that came from lockup, drug addicted kids, kids that people just gave up on and lost hope. But working in that program, it's crazy how these music influences the kids. They see these rappers that are so-called gang members, and then they definitely follow the culture. I've seen it with my own eyes. They want to be just like these guys and emulate them. It's definitely a different kind of generation.
Well, it's kind of the blind leading the blind too, like with Tekashi, because obviously he was fairly young. I was listening to 50 Cent has this book called, I think it's like Hustle Harder, something like that. And he talked about Tekashi in it because Tekashi went to him for advice, like when all the shit was going down. And honestly, it's it's the thing that kind of a lot of rappers fall into, where when you don't come from that kind of exorbitant lifestyle, you know, and you're not used to it and you're young and you get influenced and you start to feel like a little baddie. And so you get all these people around you that hype you up and, you know, treat you that way. So same similar thing happened to Tupac too. But like, you know, you get that and these people don't care about you. They don't give a damn about you, right? They're just there to like leech whatever they can off of you and they're going to stab you in the back wherever they can. And so you get surrounded by those people. And then, you know, when shit goes down, like in this situation, you know, he just chose to sit on him. But I kind of feel bad for him in a way because it's not like he had a mentor necessarily to kind of teach him, yo, like, this is how you're going to get through this. This is how you do this the right way. Here's how you survive through this. So it kind of just, he got thrown to the wolves and it blew up in his face. And now he's like the world's most famous snitch, you know? Sucks.
He always wants to go viral, though.
As young as he is, too, you got to think, like, every day that guy wakes up, he's got to worry about people coming after him, people trying to get revenge. You know, his
it's
life's
no way to
probably,
live.
it's probably not fun being him.
Looking over your shoulder all the time. I would never want to live like that. You know, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But Angel, I like the way you broke that down and that you found some positive in the negative there. Most people would have just said, oh, Rat Fink Stooge deserves what he gets, blah, blah, blah. You found good in him. See, that's the kind of thing, like, of course, even though we don't want to see you doing craziness out there, we're going to support you because we love you now. We want to see you do good. We want to see you kick ass. I feel like, in a way, I feel like my generation kind of spawned you.
Yeah.
You know, and we have to take, we got to take responsibility for that now.
It was like one of my big things, the show I did weekend before last, I was in Ohio, and they wanted to try something new. The promotion, NeoPro, it's more of like a family-oriented kind of like SPO, but they wanted to try something a little bit different, do a hardcore in a gentleman's club. And so when they hit me up about it, I was like, yes, down. And like, because one of my big goals in wrestling, like legit, I don't have goals like normal people. One of my legit goals is I wanted to recreate the spot CM Punk and Homicide did where he spins on the stripper pole and kicks him. He kicks Homicide. I was like, I really want to do that. So
you did it.
Yeah, there you go, right there. More of that kind of generation.
I loved it. Let me tell you something. I haven't popped that hard since Danhausen did the Pee Wee Herman on the bar.
Oh yeah, that was good. I love that.
Your thing on the stripper pole was phenomenal.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I love it.
Yeah, very much your generation kind of spawned people like wrestlers like me, for sure.
Yep.
So what, Angel, what would be like a misconception you think people have of you and have of a woman in the deathmatch wrestling scene?
Honestly, I don't really know because I'm not sure what misconceptions I have. Maybe just that I can't hold my own. I guess that would probably be the most popular one. People aren't really sure about me if they've never seen me before. You know, when I walk through the curtain, they haven't seen what I do. Then once, you know, I give some response back to them to get them going. And then once they see me in the ring, it's they're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, holy shit, she can hold her own. But I think because of the way I look, you don't see a ton of women in deathmatch wrestling. You don't see a ton of women like me in deathmatch wrestling. And so it's a very kind of, I don't want to say surprise, but it's just like unusual for people. So they don't really know what to expect. And of course, because of the way I look, people think, oh my God, like, you know, what is she going to do? Is this just going to be like, oh, well, you know, she beat up such and such person, but, you know, it's not really realistic. Right. And for me, it's definitely real. So I guess that, yeah, I've gotten that my whole, even before deathmatch though, like, you know, the whole, can you take a bump? It's like, yes, I can take a bump. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the way that I look that gives people that impression.
So and one good thing too is we feel like that as far as what we do at SPO is it allows you to maybe branch out a little bit to anybody who thinks that maybe you're just can only do death matches, because for maybe some people that's all they've seen. You get to showcase yourself and what you can do against Ruthie. And Ruthie's from NWA. Ruthie's one of Gangrel's students from Florida. So you guys can have I know you can have like a really incredible match on Sunday. And that's this SPO City is our like I told you ahead of time, this is more of our free-form, non-kayfabe show. So really, we try to set everybody up for success as far as the people we put on our shows. And we know that you and Ruthie are going to have we're only able to do one women's match a show. So we take our women's division very, very seriously, and we have a lot of pride in it. And it's a big part of our crowd, where we maybe only have one women's match. Maybe 35% of those little kids in the crowd are little girls. So we do like having people that are good role models and also are great athletes and great wrestlers too. So, if there are any misconceptions that anybody has that you may only be a death match or a hardcore wrestler or only able to do a certain style, we want to show everybody that not only are you a beautiful person on the inside and out, but you can go and you can take on one of the best from one of the best promotions in the whole world as well when you take on Ruthie on Sunday. So we're really excited.
It's funny. I've done well over, I don't know, I've lost count, but well over 100 the last I counted matches, and only a handful of them have been like death match or, like serious hardcore. But I guess because of the way I look, when images from those types of matches are seen, it just leaves a lot more of an impact than all my well over like dozens and dozens and dozens of matches that I've done. Like,
they make the most noise. Johnny will tell you. I mean, him and Feral Face, our champion in SPO, had an unbelievable match in July.
Yeah, I know Feral Face. I wrestled on the same card as him a couple times at Chad's promotion, so I've seen his stuff. He's really good. I like his character and everything.
Yeah, he's amazing. So
the two of them would be a romance novel cover. You and Feral
really,
Face.
we do have a beautiful. We do have. It's natural selection. It's natural selection. We're just all multi-talented, good-looking people. It just is what it is.
For real.
I mean, if people ask me advice all the time, like, "Oh, how do you age well?" I'm like, "Just be Italian." That's my secret. Is be Italian.
It's that easy. So simple.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, good stuff, guys. So there's your match, Robbie.
Yeah, Tay-Rock and Velcro. I hope they're training hard. I really hope they're training hard. Or don't train at all. I really don't care, because we're going to kick the shit out of those fucking guys. Really. And MLJ, too.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Brett.
They had good energy
Brett.
last time.
When I wreck Emil's fucking life on Sunday, Brett, I'll come in. I'll be your ring announcer. I can't walk anymore, so I'll acquiesce to a non-wrestler role.
Because Emil's for a GCW, so he's saying he's going to kill Emil to take his spot.
Yeah, Emil trying to come out there with Velcro and Tay-Rock. It's disgraceful.
I'm a Tay-Rock fan, so I can't wait to watch this.
I was too, and I don't understand why this match even has to happen. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's going to be one for the books.
Good show tonight. Good show tonight. From Stoner Bro Flex starting us all off with the most adrenaline-fueled promo ever. On his birthday.
I understand that.
Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday to
Happy birthday. Right after I tell her it's...
No, I was just going to say, I appreciate you guys even having me on tonight. This was an awesome birthday. You already know what the vibe is. And I'm excited to be a part of SPO. And I'll see you guys on Sunday.
We're excited to have you. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you guys so much.
I'll see you there, brother. Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Right Good after stuff. I tell her, oh, this is no kayfabe, we just shoot. I cut the kayfabe promo on Velcro and Tay-Rock and MLJ.
We're breaking every wall here. The fourth.
Well, we try to. We want to get clips to put on Instagram and stuff like that between now and Sunday to try to sell the show to wrestling fans and stuff. You know.
You guys see Triple H's new show he's putting out on Netflix, where it's breaking kayfabe.
Unreal, yeah.
It's just like showing all the behind the scenes and like how they plan storylines and like all that.
I kind of hope. I hope they make you wait. a week at a time to get episodes because like I like having shows like old school. I like order and take like Sopranos back in the day. Sunday night you order some takeout, watch Sopranos, smoke weed, eat food, watch Sopranos. Like you can't do that anymore because they
You want
release
it?
like
They
12.
drop it, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Binge watching.
So, like tonight, Dark Side of the Ring is on tonight. They're doing. I wrote it down to talk about it. They are doing. No, I forgot who they're doing tonight. But Dark Side of the Ring comes.
Wasn't
What's that?
Daphne? I don't think that one came out yet, right? I saw that they were doing one on her.
No, so next week is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. I know that.
Oh.
And then tonight they got an episode at 10. But that's what I'm saying. Like that comes out once a week. So it's like destination programming. I look forward to it at 10 o'clock on Vice on Tuesdays.
Right.
Like
Sure.
I hope the Triple H one is kind of the same way. Like maybe every Monday after Raw they drop it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know people are upset about it because of how much it breaks kayfabe, but like I made a post on Twitter about it when they shared the promo because people were starting to throw a fit, and I was like, Triple H breaking kayfabe? I was like, there's no way. And I shared the picture from the curtain call match with him and Razor Ramon and Nash and Shawn Michaels where they like broke like like what Triple H said? It's like yes.
It's like the rules have relaxed since I was a kid in wrestling. And it's like I'm one of the guys out there yelling, I want to go back to the old rules that were more strict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, you know what, if Triple H is going to embrace the anti-kayfabe culture and just tell everyone everything at this point, who are we to try to uphold kayfabe?
My thing is this. I think Sunday, for example, there's no reason to insult people's intelligence. Like I think, but at the same time, there's also, we can allow people to be lost in the presentation of things. So like if doors open at 3 o'clock, people don't want to see everybody hanging out together at 3 o'clock. They want to see the good guy wrestlers one place, the bad guy wrestlers another place. And for the kids, we can always keep the presentation like that, It's also like it is weird when they have the press conferences right after the pay-per-view.
That's
like,
the thing, though, Danger Ginger. I'm sorry, Robbie. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Baby, you don't ever have to apologize to me, okay?
I'm gonna throw up.
Reading the comments that just popped up saying like most fans know the truth and it's like Broadway. It's like that's my only issue with breaking kayfabe is like you guys lose the fact that this is real. Like wrestling is real. If you see me out there emotional, when I got my first like real title belt and I cried, that was real. When you see me get angry, when you see whatever, if you see me have a beef, that all pulls from my life. Like that's real. Everything I share in my wrestling, my promo, all that's pulled from my life. Like that is real. And that's my only issue with that kind of stuff. And I get it on a big production scale like WWE because they do write these scripts and maybe they don't get to be as creative as the individual, but the shit hurts. And the emotion is real. And for kayfabe, for me personally, I believe that if it's real to the wrestler, it will be real to the fan because you don't have to make them believe in the fantasy world. All you have to do is make them doubt just a little bit, and you've got them. That's all you've got to do, And for me, I do that by pulling from my life, from pulling those emotions in and from pulling. So when you see me like performing, it's not Broadway for me. Like that is real emotion. Like that is whatever it is, happy, sad, whatever. I put so much of myself into wrestling. All my gear, I customize myself. Like all of my shit, I do myself. Like it's real.
Would you be willing sometime to show us? I would want to see some of that gear occasionally.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious.
Anything you see me in, basically,
And she uses her real name.
But it does bother me because I've seen so many people criticize wrestling in that way as if it's, and I know actors also put a lot of themselves into it, but for us, like we crush our bodies on top of it. We're not just sacrificing our vulnerable parts, these emotional parts, our damaged parts, our good parts. We're not just giving that to the crowd. We're also crushing our physical bodies for you guys. And so when I see comments like that, it really does bother me because I've seen so many people who have given so much. And if I know their story, if they're one of my friends and I know what they went through to have that story, to give that then performance, and I see stuff like that, it really does bother me. And then of course, so many of the people that have gotten injured or passed away too. It's like they gave everything for this. So it's not just a Broadway performance, because I don't really see a lot of Broadway performers dropping dead doing that. You know what I mean? So not to get on a soapbox, but I just really, it's important to me that people understand, like, yes, wrestling is predetermined most of the time. Yes, there are elements like that to put on the best, you know, performance, entertainment, stuff like that, but it is real. It's not just this show where I get to completely take off the shell of who I am as a professional wrestler once I leave the ring, once I leave the venue. That's everywhere with me. Wrestling consumes every part of my life, like, in some way, shape, or form. I like to have my own hobbies. I like to do other stuff. I think that's healthy to have that, but it is my life. Like, it permeates, and it's hard to be in this business and not have it be that way.
You know what I like about what you just said, Angel, if you don't mind me saying, is that you've just explained a metaphysical technology that works for you. And every person is unique. And as someone, I've trained a lot of wrestling students in my day, and I've been trained by wrestling trainers. And I know that there is no one cookie cutter way to train someone in pro wrestling, because every human being is unique. And what you've just described is a way that works for you. Like, you saw the path leading to the end zone, and you ran and you got to the end zone, and you're showing people that was a good path that you took. Okay. And the fact that you figured that out at this young of an age is pretty amazing. That used to take people a lot longer to figure out back in the day because of how slow everything moved. So in a way, you're pretty, I don't want to use the word lucky or privileged, but you're blessed. You're blessed. From where I'm sitting, I see a blessed person who knows why she's doing this and understands how to keep her charge, her inner electric charge, raised high, so she continues to have sunshine enough to spread, which is what I said about Black Dahlia last week. You also have sunshine enough to spread. I can see it. It is undeniable.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry.
No, you're good. And you're right. I've always said that. I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed. Even before I got into wrestling, I had a lot of great people around me that familiarized me with the scene, with the business. And then throughout, I've had great people that have tried to take care of me. And yeah, I'm really lucky. A lot of people don't get that.
Excellent.
It's awesome that you're aware of that. You know, a lot of people don't smell the flowers while they're here to smell them, and get the roses while they're here. So we're glad that you're also not only are you getting to shine, but you're well aware that you're shining right now too, and you're appreciative of it. And I don't know, like, looking back, I know that I certainly would have tried to take some time to soak everything in a little more if I could have, looking back now that I'm, like, no longer wrestling or able to wrestle or anything, like, looking back, so that it's really nice to see somebody who's in the moment and totally appreciative of everything that's been coming their way, and seems to be making the most out of every opportunity too, even coming on and doing this today, SPO City with us.
Thank you.
You know, you could have came on and just bounced, you know, just been real quick and gave us a few minutes of your time, but you came on. I let you know what type of situation this was ahead of time, with what we were trying to set up with SPO City, the kind of dialogue we were trying to get and everything. So we really appreciate it, because it shows that you're really committed to all the aspects of your career. And you certainly deserve to make as much money and be as popular and as famous as you could ever dream in a million years, because you really do have a good heart, and you seem to be doing this for the right reasons. And you know, there are a lot of fake people in this industry. There are a lot of there's a lot of fake, just in general. We live in a world where everything's so social media focused and so clout focused and everything else, that people aren't very genuine, and they're very afraid to be genuine, even if they are a genuine person. So it's very refreshing, you know, for sure. And we hope that somebody sees this and we see you somewhere, you know, on TV, you know, AEW, WWE, because it's where you really deserve to be.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here, honestly.
Thanks,
I really
Angel.
am.
we're excited to see you wrestle this Sunday against Ruthie J. It's going to be pretty interesting. So we're really excited. Maybe we'll watch the match in the next couple of weeks and have you back on.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, it'll be
That'd
fun.
be wonderful. Robbie, should we end with Skillz' promo?
Yeah, so our boy Skillz the Great sent in a promo tonight for SPO City. I don't know what's on there yet, but we're gonna premiere it right now, and we will see everybody
Harrah's
Sunday.
Casino of Philadelphia, the 25th anniversary of the Backseat Boys, and it's only right that your boy, the Polo God, the Throwback King, the real manager of champions, Skillz the Great, shows up with a new tag team. Why am I here in the 25th anniversary? I manage the biggest ops of the Backseat Boys, the legendary SAT, the Spanish announce team. But now, it's not about the Spanish announce team right now. These are legendary figures. It's about the future, and the future is now. And I'd like to introduce to you to the family, Young Gordy, Jay Alfredo, the sensational Carlin Parker, the Prospects. And on the 27th, we taking no prisoners. It don't matter who shows up, they're getting showed out. And guess what? We ain't playing around. And I'm here to show all you SPO marks why I'm the greatest manager you'll ever see. Boo, boo, boo.